You won't believe a Japanese movie could be this thrilling until you've seen it. Every scene is packed with mystery and twists. A mafia gang, with connections to high-ranking city officials, murders the family of a notorious big-name terrorist. And that's when a mysterious and terrifying death game begins. Hey, I'm Ash, and this is Popcorn Explains. Today, I'll explain Demon City, an exceptional thriller mystery movie released in 2025. So, without further ado, let's get started with a proper breakdown of today's film. The movie opens in Shinjo, a small town in Japan. Despite its size, it's home to several large mafia gangs. One of them is the Yakuza gang, led by a man named Kumogami. Everything was going smoothly until an unknown, bloodthirsty individual named Sakata is introduced. He starts taking out members of the Yakuza gang. When Kumogami realizes his gang is under attack, he tries to escape, but Sakata arrives before he can get away. However, Kumogami manages to flee because he's being protected by one of Kumogami's special men. A brutal fight ensues between him and Sakata, where Kumogami's man badly beats Sakata. But Sakata seizes an opportunity to attack the man, beating him severely and severing his arm. Meanwhile, Kumogami is shown loading bullets into a gun inside a room. Moments later, Sakata appears before him. He fires wildly at Sakata, but Sakata survives and strikes him with a sharp weapon. And this is where Kumogami, along with the entire Yakuza gang, meets their end. Seeing Kumogami killed, one of Kumogami's cronies fires his gun at Sakata. But before he can shoot, a man named Fizuta shoots Kumogami's crony from behind, saving Sakata. And here we learn that Fizuta is Sakata's partner. They used to work together. I say used to because Sakata is now giving up all this killing and wrongdoing. He's quitting these activities for good. That's why Fizuta tells Sakata to think again. But Sakata is adamant. He's abandoning these activities, and wiping out the Yakuza gang was his last mission. Before we get further into the story, a quick word. You watch the entire video, but don't like or comment at all. So I have a small request, which is to give the video just a like and a few comments. If you like it, subscribe too. Let's get back to the story. Sakata then returns home, where we see Sakata's small family, consisting of his wife and his young daughter, named Ryo. Sakata's real reason for quitting killing is his family. He doesn't want any harm to come to his family, or to lose them because of his mistakes, because he loved his family more than anything, and that's why he had kept his family hidden from everyone. But as they say, the place you fear the tiger is the place you suspect it to be. Then, as Sakata goes to freshen up in his room, he hears strange noises from the living room. He rushes out and sees a gang has entered his house. He doesn't recognize any of them because they're all wearing strange masks, and the man sitting there is the leader of this gang. And because he's wearing a mask, Sakata can't quite make him out either. He says to Sakata, "I'm very pleased with your bravery. You did a very good job finishing off the Yakuza gang. Especially, this is very good for me. So I don't want any more problems from now on. I will bring many changes to this city and arrange it exactly as I want. My gang will be the most fearsome gang in this city, and for this, you have to die. I don't want you to become a thorn in my side in the future and cause any problems for me." Hearing these words from the masked man, Sakata realizes the situation is about to become perilous. So to save his daughter, Sakata jumps on one of the men there, but he had forgotten that his wife was also in their custody. They then proceed to beat Sakata mercilessly. After a while, when Sakata tells his wife to let them go, to leave his child alone, one of them shoots her straight in the head, killing her instantly. Then the men are about to shoot his daughter. Sakata tells his daughter to run away from there. His daughter, just as Sakata says, runs away from there. But these savage beasts do not spare even the little girl. They shoot her too, and the little girl dies there. And all this was happening before Sakata's very eyes. What could a man's mental state be like if his entire beloved family was wiped out in front of him? After seeing all this, Sakata says, "I won't spare any of you." He says this, but a short time later, those men finish him off too. The bullet goes straight into Sakata's head. And that's how those men finish off Sakata and his family. Later, it's shown on the news that a father has wiped out his entire family, including his child. This means all the blame falls on Sakata. Because after killing Sakata, the gangsters created an environment in such a way that it seemed as if Sakata had murdered his family. Anyway, then, after a long 12 years, time is shown. Sakata is still alive. Even after being shot, he is alive, but his body is completely paralyzed. Sakata was saved by his partner, Fizuta. When Fizuta learns that a gang has attacked Sakata's house, he rescues Sakata from there. And since then, Fizuta has been taking complete care of Sakata. Since Sakata's entire body is paralyzed, he could not move. That's why Fizuta has hired a man to take special care of Sakata. This person feeds Sakata and does all his work. And all these events happened out of sight of people, meaning they have hidden Sakata in a place safe from the entire world. No one knows Sakata is still alive. Then, the scene changes and shows a public interview, where the newly appointed mayor of this Shinjo city was talking to the general public and journalists. The mayor, who closes his eyes and smiles slightly, is named Tsunohara. He says, "I will completely change the entire city. The world's first paradise mahaba will be built in this city, where there will be clubs, theaters, casinos, everything, and much more." During the interview, a journalist stands up and says to Mayor Tsunohara, "Terrorism is increasing day by day in our city. What initiatives do you want to take regarding this? And you became the mayor of this city the day after the most dangerous gang in this city, the Yakuza, was destroyed. Is there any hand of yours behind this? We have learned from some sources that you are also plotting a lot to get into this position of mayor. How many people have you killed?" Hearing such words from the journalist, Mayor Tsunohara gets a little flustered and had no answer to it. And that's why, to suppress the words, he says, "You are journalists. You print whatever you want in the news at any time." But in reply, the journalist says that he has proof of all these words. And then Mayor Tsunohara turns the conversation in another direction and does not give anyone else a chance to speak in that interview. The interview ends and shows the journalist, who while going home, meets a man who knew a lot against Mayor Tsunohara. The journalist tries to get the truth out of his mouth in exchange for money, but within a short time, a masked man dramatically intrudes there. As soon as the journalist sees the masked man, he tries to run away, but the masked man catches him and brutally kills him there. Meanwhile, another masked man comes to the man in the car, takes him out of the car, brings him to the middle of the road, and makes him kill himself with a gun in his hand. All the finish. Mystery. Mystery remains. Meanwhile, it shows the time at night when Sakara's caretaker is taking Sakata for a walk and taking him towards the room. At such a time, a man comes from behind and stabs Sakara in the hand, because Sakata had cut off his hand many years ago. And that's why he had been keeping an eye on Sakara for a long time and waiting for an opportunity. And this wait came to an end today. Because Sakata was stabbed in the hand, he is admitted to the hospital, and 2 policemen are assigned as guards outside his room. After a while, the chief of these policemen, whose name is Shinozuka, arrives there. He gives some money to the policemen there and sends them out to eat something. Then he enters Sakara's bed and wears that kind of strange mask, the same mask that Sakata's entire family was killed with that day. This means Shinozuka is one of the masked men that day. He pushes a poisonous injection into Sakata's saline to kill him. Saka was well aware that he was trying to kill him, and that this man was involved in the murder of his family members that day. Saka's paralyzed body slowly starts to recover, and he gets up from the bed and attacks Shinozuka. Although his whole body was not working, he attacked him with whatever was working, and as soon as he got the chance, Sakata wrapped a cloth around his neck and killed him there. Later, when Fizuta learns that Sakata has been admitted to the hospital, he quickly goes to Sakata. But before entering the hospital, he sees Sakata, and seeing Sakata, he is shocked, because Sakata was walking out of the hospital on his own feet. Sakata was coming out and remembering his old memories, how those masked men had finished his family. He doesn't remember the faces of those men, but he remembers everything clearly about the faces and types of the masks. And the more his old memories were remembered, the more his body was recovering. Then the scene changes again and shows a huge factory where women are packing various drugs. And the one behind all this is this masked man, whose name is Ikago. On the other hand, young girls were being kidnapped and trafficked. The name of the great man who is doing these works is Amos, and this person was also wearing a mask. This means it can be assumed that all these masked people are from the same gang. Only their business and means of livelihood are different. Anyway, after a while, Fizuta is shown coming to the drug-packing factory. Maybe he's also involved with all these people, because he makes Sakata unconscious and puts him in a bag and hands him over to them. Then they take Sakata inside and throw him in a dustbin. As soon as the work is finished, Fizuta leaves from there, and after a while, Sakata is seen attacking everyone inside the factory. This means he was not unconscious, but was pretending to be unconscious. Meanwhile, Fizuta is about to leave that factory, when suddenly, a call comes to the gatekeeper, and as soon as the call is cut, he keeps firing at Fizuta and his driver dies there due to the bullet. Meanwhile, Fizuta takes the opportunity and shoots the gatekeeper, and when he comes out of the car, it is seen that Chai actually has also been shot. The scene shifts again to Sakata. He finishes everyone inside the factory one by one, but Sakata's main target is Ikago. He was not there. He had already escaped from that factory, and a remote is seen in his hand. As soon as the remote is pressed, his entire factory is blasted. Due to this blast, his entire factory is completely destroyed. He felt that Sakata also died in that factory due to the blast. But his assumption is completely wrong. After a while, Sakata comes out of that fire. Seeing this, Ikago is completely shocked, and Saka throws his gun at him. Meanwhile, suddenly a car hits Ikago. It is seen that the car was being driven by none other than Fizuta. After a while, Fizuta gets out of the car and tells him about a mystery. That is, your family is finished for me. I gave them your family's address. Please forgive me if you can. But there was a different kind of fire in Saka's eyes. Forgiving him was out of the question. He shot him there and finished him off. Then Sakata notices that Ikugo is not dead yet. He is still alive. And that's why he takes him to his hideout and takes him there, and Sakata starts beating Ikugo like an animal. Actually, Saka only wants to know who was the main mastermind behind killing his family. But Ikugo's answer was completely disappointing. He says, even if you kill me, I won't say anything about these things. And at such a time, Ikugo's phone suddenly rings. Sakata sees their boss calling him. He receives the phone, and this time, he finds out who their boss actually is. Their boss is the mayor of this city, Sunahara. The mayor tells him, I never imagined you would survive alive. You will hear a good news. Your daughter is alive, and she is in my custody. But you can be sure that she is very safe. But only as long as you don't try to reach me. And if you really want your daughter to be safe, then stop killing my people. Otherwise, this time you will really lose the surviving member of your family. Then, the scene changes from here and shows Rio, who has grown up a lot now, and she has been kept with Emis. Emis is the person who is involved in women trafficking, and Rio has been made to understand that Eme is her father, and Eme has been raising her since childhood. But Emis had a kind of dirty eye on Rio. Then a person named Takigawa is shown, who is a retired police officer. As soon as Takigawa enters his room, he suddenly sees Sakata, and that's why his heart comes into his hand, meaning he is shocked to see Sakata, because he knew Sakata for a long time. Sakata had come to him to get some information about the mayor. Takigawa tells him the chief of police he killed in the hospital that day had dismissed him from the job. And that's why a lot has changed in the city in 12 years. These people also have a security agency of their own, which was created only for the public. But later, they use it for their own benefit and keep people captive here. As soon as Sakata hears this, he reaches that agency and starts searching the entire agency by killing the security guards, because he felt that they have kept his daughter captive here. Saka keeps searching here and there completely, but he does not find Rio anywhere. But the strange thing is that Rio is here and is hiding, because Rio had already seen Sakata and hid. She does not recognize her father, and that's why she hides in fear after seeing this unknown person. Sakata enters the room and sees many pictures of his daughter, and he is very happy to see these. Meanwhile, Emis arrives there. As soon as Emis sees Sakata, he is about to take out the gun when he notices that Rio is hiding in the room. That's why he starts talking to Sakata in a sweet tone. But Sakata catches him and beats him badly and keeps saying, "Why are you doing these things? Tell me, answer me." While beating Amos, Saka hears his voice, and this time he understands that it was none other than Amai who had shot his wife. He is about to finish Amos when Ryo arrives there and aims the bow at him. And before Sakata can say anything, Ryo shoots him with the bow. And on this side, Amos takes the opportunity and pushes Sakata out of the window. But in the next moment, when Amos looks down, he does not see Sakata anymore, because Takigawa has saved him from there and taken him to a safe place far away. Takigawa has helped Sakata for this reason, because Sakata had helped him many years ago. Within a short time, Takigawa's phone rings. When Takigawa receives the phone, he understands that Mayor Sunahara has called him. Mayor Sunahara wants to talk to Sakar. Then, Takigawa puts the phone to Sakata's ear, and the mayor tells him, "If you want to see your daughter safe and alive, then come and meet me in Mahaba." Mahaba is the place that the mayor had mentioned in an interview. So anyway, Sakata gets ready to go there. First of all, he goes to the place where his various weapons were kept, and then leaves for Mahaba. As soon as he reaches there, Sakata starts being attacked from all sides. And here, a tragic action scene is shown. After a while, Amos also arrives there, and this time, Sakata kills him in such a brutal way that no one has ever seen before. He had even taken his eyes up. Then Saka takes the lift to a room upstairs where Ryo was kept. As soon as Ryo sees him, she gets scared again. Keep watching the movie till the end, because there are many twists in the end. Saka tells Ryo, "Why are you scared of me? I am your father." Meanwhile, suddenly someone hits Sakata very hard from behind, and after a while, Mayor Sonohara arrives there. He says, "This time I will not spare any of you. You have troubled me a lot." As soon as he says this, he puts a knife to Ryo's neck. And this time too, just like before, Saka is in front. Mayor Sonohara is going to kill his daughter. But before that, Takigawa arrives there and keeps firing with the gun he has. Saka tells his daughter, "Run away from here." And as soon as he hears this, he remembers his old memories. He understands that Sakai is his real father. And here a flashback is shown, that how Ryo had actually survived that day. It is seen that the bullet had hit a toy with Ryo, not Ryo, and that's why she had survived. And now she remembers everything completely. Who her real father is, and what happened to her family that day. At Sakata's words, she runs away from here with Takigawa. And on this side, Sakata keeps fighting with these people. Saka was repeatedly remembering his wife, and from this he accumulates a lot more strength and jumps on them. He kills everyone one by one, and finally kills a red-masked person. Although Sakata also got a lot of injuries in this, it is seen that the red-masked person looks exactly like Mayor Sunahara. And here it is known that he is the mayor's twin brother, whose name is Ong. The only difference between them was that one grew up in a poor and the other in a rich environment. Mayor Sunahara only used to order, and his brother used to work on those orders. And then Mayor Sunahara puts on his mask and proceeds towards Sakata to avenge his brother. Seeing his mask, Saka understands that he is the person who played the main role in finishing his family that day. Sakata was very angry after knowing all this, but he was not able to cope with him because he had become very weak due to getting injured before. Sunahara beats Sakata a lot, and as soon as he gets the chance, Saka cuts off his hand. Sakata was not able to cope with Sunahara in any way, and at one point, as soon as he got the chance, Saka hits Sunahara on the head with the weapon he had and breaks his head into 2 pieces. After killing Sunahara, Sakata sits on the ground, and Ryo arrives there, but it is seen that Ms is not dead yet and shoots Sakata from behind and tells Ryo, "I am your real father." And as soon as he hears this, Sakata cuts his body into 2 pieces with a weapon. And after that, Ryo hugs him, and Sakata takes his last breath here, meaning Sakata dies here. But the movie does not end here. The scene shows the time a week later, where Mayor Sonohara is seen in an interview. How is this possible? Actually, this is not Mayor Sonohara, but his brother Ong, and this is understood by looking at his face. Actually, Ong was only injured that day, not dead, and now he wants to take his brother's place. After a while, it is seen that he is dancing in a strange dress wearing a mask like his brother. Just then, Ryo arrives there with her bow and arrow and kills him there with the arrow. And in this way, Sakata's daughter finishes the last killer for Sakata. This scene of the movie was at a masterpiece level. And in this way, after finishing the last killer, Ryo fulfills the revenge of his family. And with this extraordinary Japanese thriller movie ends. So how did you like this amazing movie today? Tell me by commenting. Give a like to the video, And if you like the video, then you can also subscribe to the channel. If you have any favorite movies, tell me the name of the movie in the comment. See you in the next new unique thriller movie explanation. Till then, goodbye.